Master Sally. Yeah, somebody slow, you must stand down. Master Sally, now baby. Yeah, somebody slow, you must stand down. She beat her up, you got her double down. Yes, it's good you pull your flag, feet on the ground.
In Trojan mythology, the name Spartan comes to mind as a champion, as a warrior of the time. And this morning, as we unite together in bringing a video of our brother, Randall Baker, we can also put him in the same frame as a Spartan, a Colossus. And we are reminded this morning that the name that was befalled upon Randall was another Spartan, Artie. And that's why we consider that Randall is a Spartan, not only to all of us that have known him, but he was a Spartan in the rugby fraternity here in Melbourne. He was a Spartan to all his family and friends, and he was just a tower of strength to everybody that he connected to. We're so sad of his departure, but praise be to God that is resting in his final resting place. God is taking him away, and one day we will meet this great giant, a man that will be well remembered as a giant, not only in the rugby fraternity here in Melbourne, but globally. One thing that brings to mind that I would like to share is when my brother-in-law came and visited us. I was looking after the jumpers of our brand new Kiwi Hawthorn jumpers, and I gave it to him, and he wore it. They went to Hong Kong, to the Hong Kong Sevens, and my brother-in-law wore his jumper, not knowing that he was going to walk past Randall and Ann Baker in Hong Kong. And Randall spotted my brother-in-law wearing one of our Kiwi Hawthorn jumpers. And he went up to him and said, "Kia ora, bro." And as my brother is a Māori from up in the Bay of Plenty, he responded back in the same manner. And he said, "Oh, you got a Kiwi Hawthorn jumper?" And my brother replied, "Yes, I played for them." Randall paused for a second and said, "Oh, did you? What year did you play for them?" And my brother-in-law was a little bit muddled for words. And Randall laughed at him and said, "That is my club back in Melbourne." Whereby my brother-in-law said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. This was given to me by my brother-in-law." And he said, "Oh, who's your brother-in-law?" And when he mentioned my name, Randall laughed and said, "Yeah, that'll be typical. He's the coach. He's allowed to do anything, and he's allowed to give stuff away." So that's my remembrance, apart from many stories that we could tell. We've got a list of them. We've got a list of stories. But the good news is that we all love him. We will miss him. And in my finishing now, I just want to encourage Anne, Scotty, and the family, kia kaha, and be strong. And one of the common scriptures used in the Bible is, in reference to many things, many challenges, is when God says, "Be strong and of good courage. Do not be afraid or dismayed. I, your God, will be with you." So I pray that God will be your comforter at this time. To Anne and the family, may God bless you. Thank you. Ka kite.
Hi, it's obviously been a pretty sad 48 hours. Pretty shocked, but lots of great memories have come flying back. He's been an awesome guy. He accepted me and a lot of the boys into Kiwi Rugby Club in the 80s and 90s and taught us how to drink and do bad things and all that sort of stuff. I'd like to talk about the piano at Harlequins Rugby Club that ended up in the middle of their field one night and who the leader was for that. The things we used to do at the Melbourne Rugby Club training ground after we'd finished playing them, we're all boozed up. But most importantly, I just wanted to talk about what a great human he was, and I'm really grateful that I was his part of my life. We'll never forget the lamb shank incident, obviously, and various other things, but Artie, you're a great man, I love you, you've got a great family, all my love goes out to the whānau now, and I'll see you this afternoon when I get there. Love you, brother.
Kia ora tātou. Ngā mihi nui, kia koutou at whānau pani. And, Scotty, yes, you know, I know, this is not a forte of mine at these sort of occasions. However, I know there's not enough words or any words that I want to share with you about the devastating news of hearing of the big love handles passing. Broken me, and it's just absolutely shattered me. But anyway, just want to share my aroha to you fellas and the extended whānau. I'm sure on his purupura ake they'll be dragging some hianga stories out about that fella, because he certainly made me laugh in a lot of departments. You know, but thinking of you all during this time and with this ngangara, we are stuck on the other side of this country and can't get home. But ahako, that's the way it is. But these fellas are all there, and you've got a lot of people there to offer you. Scotty, I'm just going to have to ask one big favour here, bro, as I can't be there. So if I could ask you if you could just kindly go around all the old school and just politely dry hump their leg, just for me, because I'm not there, bro. I would greatly appreciate that. And just to sum it all up, I've been reading through all the posts that have been left by many people that you touched over the years, Randall. And one beautiful one that stuck out for me was by your daughter-in-law. She just had a photo of you in your, as always, rugby attire. You know, as we know, if it wasn't for rugby, none of us would have been dressed in the 80s and the 90s. But you just sitting in your chair, and she wrote, "Randall, forever a gentleman, and thank you for raising one." That, for me, summed it all up, Artie. Miss you, bro. Love you, bro. Love to the whānau. Hope to see you fellas again. Well, we will see one another again, hopefully in better circumstances. Karawatu.
I just want to send all my condolences from all the Fraser family in Melbourne to Anne, Scott and the rest of the family. Devastating news. Just one thing about Big Artie was that he was certainly the glue of the Kiwi Rugby Club and the Kiwi Hawthorn Rugby Club. And one of the funny things about him I remember is that he used to go down to St Kilda Beach on game day with wee Scott and then pick up sand and give me a bucket of sand before a game so I could improve my kicking, because I used to be spraying them left and right, and he realised that I wasn't putting the ball high enough, so he brought in some sand, and for a whole season on a Saturday morning he got sand. Came with Scotty, and good memories, but I'm glad I got to see him last year. And big hugs, Anne, Scott too, and family. Love you, bye.
Hey Anne and Bakes, just a message from Melbourne about Randall, and obviously he's going to be sorely missed from us. The big Artie, hammer time, absolute great memories for arriving in Australia and being welcomed in by Randall and yourselves into the rugby club. Really made a massive difference, and great recollections of, I'm not sure whether I met Artie at the Windsor Castle, or whether I was on him driving the bus to Bendigo the day that we played Bendigo, and the first day I met Dino. So very saddened by the great man's passing. Always have a special part in my heart, and all the other guys who came over with Will and Rhino. and I'm sure he's up in heaven with Dino and Lou Brown and Cheryl, absolutely having a great party. So look, love to have been there with you guys. We're definitely having a drink in memory of a fantastic club man, and you know, probably a second father to a lot of us guys that came over away from home on our own, and to the great Kiwi Hawthorn Rugby Club. Alright, lots of love guys, take care.
Devastated to hear the news about Big Randy Baker. Plenty of fond memories from over the years, from those big parties we used to have in the backyard of 11 Prentice Street, to the cook-ups we'd have the morning after. Going to be remembered forever, and forever missed. Much love to Scotty and Anne during this difficult time, and the rest of the whānau, and be thinking of you as well. Take care.
Just want to send a quick note from the Cannings here in Melbourne. Devastating news to hear of Randall's passing. I just wanted to send our love to Bakes and to Anne and to the rest of the family, and all of Randall's close friends over there in New Zealand. Part of joining Kiwi Hawthorn meant that we got to rub shoulders with some pretty awesome people and some legends of rugby here in Victoria, and Artie was one of those people and such a huge part of the club. I suppose for me, standing on the sideline coaching the boys in a few grand finals and some big games, to know that we had Anne and we had Artie there coming over to support the team was just huge. And you know, he's going to leave a big hole in the club, and we just wish all the best for everyone there, and send you much love. Cheers.
Kia ora, Anne, and to your whānau. Kia ora to all Artie's whānau. Sending big hugs and kisses, aroha, and condolences from all of us here in Melbourne, not just from me and my family, but also from the wider community of Victorian rugby, sending all their love. Artie's well known, had heaps of friends over here that he played against, enemies on the field and best mates off the field, so condolences from everyone here. It was always a pleasure heading up to Kiwi Hawthorn. You could always count on Artie to have a good beer, good yarn with, and we're going to miss all those times. And with Scott, don't worry about Scott. We've got him. We'll look after him. He's in good hands. We'll make sure we stay connected and get all the boys around him with his lovely family. So big love to you, Anne, and big love to the whānau.
Hi, Anne and Scott. So sorry to hear the news about Randall. He was such a big influence on my life when I was 35 years ago when I came to the Kiwi Club. He and Anne and others were so welcoming, and I don't have a bad memory about Randall. Only joy and laughter and fun, and he was just such a big personality and just great to be around. Kind of hard to imagine what you're going through at the moment. Much love, and be strong.
Yep. Kia ora whānau, ko kora ahau, and the deepest sympathies go out to you and your family. Randall, what a great bloke. Made me laugh many a times, went on some great rugby trips, had heaps of barbecues, a lot of beers. And anyway, Randall, this one's for you. We are the boys from Rugby Land, Kiwis is our name. We come from all around the parts, our rugby's still the same. In the scrums we'll kick your bums, our backs will run you around. You should have stayed in the changing rooms, put you with your pants down. Oh, we run it, we pass it, and score tries under the bars. When we tackle you, you're guaranteed 1,000 stars. Our reward is the beer, it's better than sex by far, but not too far. Oh, we run it, we pass it, we score tries under the bars. God bless you, Randall.
Yeah, the sleeping eyes. Sleeping eyes.